everyone. I'm your host, actor, singer, man about town, Dante. I am here with my co-host, Little Brothers Friends of the Elderly Executive Director, Nikki Shults. I want to welcome you to Friends on the Harbor, and thank you for joining us here tonight and every week as we combat elder loneliness. We're here to keep you company over the next 5 weeks of quarantine, and rather than watch the news, tune in with us so we can tell you something good. We want to take a moment and thank John Krasinski for his Some Good News show. This isn't his show, but he gave us an idea. And this is the good news of Little Brothers Friends of the Elderly, where we are working to end elder loneliness.
Thank you, Jean, and welcome, and thank you for being with us here today and hopefully for the next 5 weeks. This is our virtual gala to build community and end elder isolation and loneliness. Thank you for believing that older people shouldn't be forgotten and deserve rich, wonderful lives. It's a big night and a big week. Hopefully next year we'll be together again, enjoying the gorgeous views of Boston Harbor and dancing the night away to the Soft Touch Dance Band. But we still have something special for you to enjoy this year.
During the next 5 weeks, you'll be surprised who's stopping by to visit. I mean, tell me, what do the president of the Massachusetts chapter of the AARP, Governor Baker, Livingston Taylor, and Yo-Yo Ma have in common? Well, they all believe in Little Brothers Friends of the Elderly and ending elder loneliness.
Over the next 5 weeks, we'll be releasing a new episode every Wednesday at 7 p.m. with special guests, snapshots into our virtual intergenerational City Sites program, and musical performances. We're here to raise $60,000 to support these virtual programs to relieve isolation and loneliness during the pandemic and beyond. I want to take a moment to say a special thank you to our sponsors, Eastern Bank, Stratus Consulting, Boston Private, Seniors Helping Seniors, and Tonneson & Co. We couldn't be here without you.
Let's dive right into the good stuff. Our first guest tonight is Governor Charlie Baker. Now, during his time as governor, Charlie Baker saw Massachusetts become one of the first 2 states to become an age-friendly state by partnering with the national AARP, and established the Commonwealth's first council to address and advise the governor on improving public and private efforts to support healthy aging and inclusive communities and workplaces. I thank you, Governor Baker, for supporting age inclusivity and programs like Little Brothers, Friends of the Elderly. We're honored to have you with us tonight.
Hey everybody, Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker here. And I just want to start by thanking everyone who's been involved with Little Brothers and Friends of the Elderly, otherwise known as Lbfe, for the better part of the past 40 years. It's an organization that's always been prefaced on the notion that there's a tremendous opportunity to create intergenerational communication and support if you could just find a way to bring people together on a regular basis to engage in discussion, communication, and support. As somebody who spent years as a big brother in the Big Brother, Little Brother program, I'm familiar with the possibility and the opportunity of that kind of connection. And what Lbfe has been all about for years is that whole point about creating connection, which obviously reduces isolation and in many cases, all of the downsides that come along with it for so many seniors in Greater Boston here in Massachusetts. I also want to say how much I appreciate the work that's done to create what I would describe as a 21st century capacity to communicate between seniors and younger people who want to participate in this program. You know, my dad is 92 years old. He lives in a continuing care community. And for 100 days, I didn't get to see him because of COVID and all the awful things that came with that. We talked on the phone, but I'm not very good on the phone, and neither is he. I used to visit him once a week to have either lunch or dinner with him sometime over the weekend. Couldn't do that anymore. One of my brothers actually figured out remotely how to help my dad understand not only how to use his cell phone, which he'd really never used very much, no matter how long he'd had it, but not only how to use it, but also how to FaceTime on it. And I can't tell you what a difference it meant that first time my phone rang and there was my dad's face looking up at me from his phone. And he and I had a chance to actually see each other. There's tremendous power in the work that's done by Lbfe to not only create that intergenerational connection, to not only create the opportunity for a sense of community and support that's so important to people, especially to seniors, and in many cases live alone, But it's also so impressive to see this organization work so hard to help many of those seniors find a way into the technology of the 21st century so that they can not only talk to people, but see people and engage in the same kinds of discussions, conversations, and sense of togetherness that so many of us have had to rely on in this age of COVID. God bless you all. Thank you for everything that you do, and I certainly hope that as we all move forward, your organization continues to thrive because you make a really big difference in the lives of so many people who really benefit and deserve your support.
Thank you, Governor Baker, for those encouraging words. So, Nikki, what has Lbfe been up to since March?
Well, it seems like March and the beginning of the pandemic was a lifetime ago. The first thing we did, we stopped all in-person programming on March 13th. And then we reached out to our volunteers who have been absolutely amazing. They're here for us on holidays throughout the year, and they've especially been here for us during this pandemic. And we made sure that everyone in our programs had access, knew how to access essential services and food and medical care. And once we knew everyone was physically taken care of, then those volunteers continued and still continue today to make once or twice weekly telephone calls to say hello and to have company during the pandemic. Once we realized that this was going to be around for a long time and it was going to be more than just the 2 weeks we expected, we began to pivot to online programming and tech access and tech literacy. So we designed our Bridge the Distance programs and brought our intergenerational City Sites program online to Zoom. We were able to distribute 100 tablets with data plans to the folks in our program. And once again, we are back to weekly intergenerational activities in senior housing buildings, just done via Zoom. In addition to our online City Sites program, we're also working with Slalom Consulting to develop an app that will make getting online easier for older adults, especially those who haven't used the internet before. So far we've seen people learning, they're resilient, they're excited to get out of their comfort zone and do what they need to do to continue to be connected to their community. And every day I'm just so inspired by, both the older and the younger people in our programs trying something new and making it work. But don't take my word from it. Here's a look into our first virtual City Sites program in Jamaica Plain.
How has virtual programming impacted your life?
Well, I just cannot say how much I have enjoyed being with you all. On the computer now, but when you was here in person, I really, 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 really enjoyed myself. And as far as the computer, whoops, I'm learning.
Oh yeah,
I'm learning. I try to get on a little bit every day so I can learn how to do it because I know nothing about computer. When I was working in a hospital, everything was there. So only thing you had to do was push a button and it would come up. Now you got to find out where the button is and then push it. And it takes me a long time to find the button. I really do. I have enjoyed everyone, all the new ones and the older ones. I have really, really had a blessed good time with everybody. And I just love you all.
Thanks, Estelle. That was really nice. We definitely miss being on site too. I definitely miss going to programs and seeing people in person, but it's really been great just getting to connect with people online too.
My name is Kelly, and I'm an intern at Little Brothers. And definitely virtual programming has affected my life by allowing me to meet a lot more new people. I feel like I've made a lot of connections just over this short period that I've been with Little Brothers. And I've gotten to know such amazing people at all of the various city sites that we participate in. And then at Farnsworth, I've been able to meet Melvin and Estelle and Lynn and Cindy and the coordinators and learned so much about people and their art and their interests. And it's been a great time. So I'm really thankful for it.
And next we have Lynn.
Hi, I'm Lynne Mcsweeney. And I actually wasn't very involved in the in-person Little Brothers. I don't even think I made one meeting because I didn't get a wheelchair, a scooter, until late November. And so it was hard for me to go downstairs unless a friend came over and pushed me. So I was really looking forward to meeting people in person in the building, and then COVID happened. So I had never been on Zoom before or used Facebook's video stuff, because I used to use computers a lot in my job. I was a legal secretary for years, and before that I was a printer. And so I prided myself on, oh, I'm pretty hip on technology, especially when I was a printer. But I'll be honest, when you get older, some of us are still as sharp as ever, as Estelle and Mel know, but it's hard to learn new things. That's one of the things I've noticed about having an aging brain. Like when I was younger, I learned little spatterings of language, and if I'd stayed in another country long enough, I would have picked it up. I don't think I can do that anymore. So I'm really grateful for the Zoom technology and the Facebook interfacing, because I've been really isolated, and being disabled and, you know, limited to a wheelchair is pretty isolating anyway, because I used to just walk all over the place when I moved to Jamaica Plain. You know, I never drove, so I was a big walker. So this has been wonderful to meet with you.
I know we lost you for a little second.
Yeah, I'm back now. I can hear that. I would have preferred meeting everybody in person, but this is a great substitute.
Now, how can you not be encouraged and motivated by that? That's just excellent work. So great to see our seniors engaged.
I can't tell you how special it is for me personally to see the folks in our program back together again. If you don't mind, I'd like to take a quick minute to tell you a story. When we were still able to do in-person events, I'd say hello and greet everyone as they arrived. I'd always say to my dear friend Leo, "It's good to see you." And he would always reply, "It's good to be seen." It stuck out to me because I thought it was a cute reply that I hadn't heard before. So go back a few months in March or April when the social distancing was weighing very heavily on me. I went for a walk in my neighborhood and I ran into one of my closest friends, and he greeted me, "Good to see you." And I immediately thought of Leo and responded, "It's good to be seen." And then all of a sudden, I really felt those words to my core. When you haven't been out in weeks or months, when you haven't connected with your community, it means so much to be seen. And to me, that's what the core of Little Brothers Friends of the Elderly is. We see, really see, older adults and their gifts to our community and how much better our own lives are with them in it.
I couldn't agree with you more. Visibility is very important. Keeping people engaged, letting them know they're there, they mean something, they have value in our lives. I think that's key. So, Nikki, tell me, how can folks at home watching right now help out?
Well, the reason why we're here today and we'll be with you for the next 4 weeks is we're raising $60,000 for our virtual programs and beyond. You can go online now to littlebrothersboston.org or click here on the screen to make a donation today. Again, that's littlebrothersboston.org, or just click here on the screen. As an added bonus this week, any gift over $100, you have the option of submitting a special message to air during future episodes of Friends on the Harbor. Just write your message on the donation form and we'll get them on the screen for folks to see. Your gifts will help relieve isolation and loneliness by supporting multiple weekly intergenerational activities that keep neighbors connected to each other and create new friendships across ages.
So for just $100, somebody can give a donation for just $100 and get a special message put into our show and become part of this broadcast. That's pretty special and fun and engaging. So hopefully we'll see a lot of messages coming up in the next few weeks over the show. Nikki, hearing all of the updates from Lbfe has been really fun and definitely motivating. So I think we should move on to tonight's special guest. I think it's something very good. Everybody watching hopefully remembers them from last year's Friends on the Harbor Gala, the Soft Touch Dance Band. Enjoy the show, and don't forget to make your donation and become part of the show.
Hello everyone, my name is Bob Weston from the Soft Touch Dance Band. We're sorry we won't be performing for you live this year, but we're still honored to be part of Friends of the Harbor. I think we all have felt the effects of loneliness and isolation these last few months and realize just how vital Lbfe's work is to our community. So please, give generously, and enjoy this performance of What the World Needs Now. The Soft Touch Band looks forward to playing again for you in September 2021. Thank you.
It was so great to see those guys again, and I can't wait till next year when we're dancing to the Soft Touch Dance Band live and in person again. So don't forget to tune in next Wednesday at 7 p.m. for episode number 2. Next week, we'll be hearing from special guest Sandra Harris, the president of the Massachusetts AARP, and musical guest Yo-Yo Ma.
Nikki, it's always a pleasure to hang out with you, and I'm so excited to be part of the gala this year. And I do want to remind everyone, don't forget to make your donations and join us again next week.